Hey, Bruce Reba here, author of Freedom's Quest on Amazon and Woodpecker on Kindle Vella. Hey, I've been talking lately about my new book coming out. It's about Space Center technicians during the shuttle days. I was in the comm group. Pretty good stories. But as I was thinking about it, I just recalled the accident on the strike line. Wow. Holy cow. So the backdrop, so I'm in the comm group, comm union. The backdrop was the machinist union on the Space Center went on strike. It was a pretty bad strike, went on for a month, hard feelings, 2 months maybe, very hard feelings. And one day our union said, hey, why don't you guys go down and volunteer to be on the picket line and support your brothers. So, all right. Now, we went down. We were the only people smiling at the whole place because we're still getting a paycheck. Everybody else on the strike line had been paid in a month and a half, maybe. And but what was going on was, even when I pulled up to where the picket line was, the strikers were edging out into the road. And you got to imagine, Kennedy Space Center at quitting time, there's 14,000 people trying to leave base at speeding. And then there was about a couple dozen going as slow as possible to slow traffic down in support of the strike. So I got up to the picket line, I got through that traffic, and I just parked my car when I hear the squealing of wheels. And what happened was one of the fast cars hit one of the slow trucks. But the squeal went the entire length of the picket line, and literally 100 people who were standing with their feet on the pavement dove into the ditch. And then when the fast car hit the slow truck, there's the crash, the bang, and it slammed the truck into the picket line, and I saw a body go flying through the air 50 feet across the ditch. And I just automatically said, well, he's dead. Who can I help? I just got there. I wasn't the one that jumped in the ditch. Who can I help? Who can I save? So I went up to where all the squealing had been. There were black marks on the road, and no one was injured. Scared to death. I was going to use another word, but scared to death. No one was injured. So I go find the body, and I saw flying, and I find the body there in the weeds, and sure enough, the person's wearing a pair of scissors, which we called snips, communication snips. I went, oh, this guy's in my shop, and I kind of rolled him over, and sure enough, it was one of the biker brothers, kind of a heavy-set dude who got thrown 50 feet. And he wasn't conscious, but he was breathing, so I didn't have to do CPR. Luckily. There were some other issues with the CPR stuff. But so we just waited for the ambulance and the police to show up. And this lady came over, and she had on a bikini, and very, 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 very attractive lady in a bikini, and she brought a blanket, and we, her and another guy from my shop, Ricky, we held the blanket over the guy who's on the ground, because the Florida sun sucks, so we're just giving him some shade. And I'm a pig. The lady in the bikini was just inches away from me, sweating, and sweat pouring down little golden hairs all over her body. So I was like, "God, this isn't too bad." And Ricky was the same way. We had both agreed on, we exchanged notes later. But people would come up to talk, to help give us a break, and we go, get away, we're helping this lady. So anyway, I'm a pig. I definitely wrote that story down in the technician's book, because not only was it true, every bit of it, but I happened to meet the lady later on in another. She was an engineer, and I met her at the robotic competition, I think. Anyway, it was a good story. By the way, the guy who got hit, he got $5,000 in 3 months off out of it. He wasn't permanently injured because they say he was sort of heavy set, and when the pickup truck slammed into him, it had a topper on it, and so it didn't cut him in half. It was just like a baseball bat hitting a softball and smacked him across the ditch and knocked him out, and couldn't walk for a while, but they say if that topper hadn't been on that truck, it would have caused like his body to bend over, and could have been death. But anyway, I'm just getting home. Hey, good story coming up. Bruce Reba out.